are welcome to the Bottom Line Liberia.
I go to my uncle place. He telling me, you know, he say, oh. I go to my auntie place. She telling me, you know, he say, oh. That who I will complain to, but my uncle ain't complaining. That who I will complain to, but my uncle ain't complaining. Liberia people probably can't finish. Every day they probably just increasing. We take pay, can go in kitchen. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Liberia people probably can't finish. Every day they probably just increasing. We take pay, can go in kitchen. Oh Lord, oh Lord. My sweet girl, my sweet girl, my sweet girl. You better manage what I get you for the weekend. Lay all the country where I eat you for the rich man. 10 months and I waka waka. They can't pay me for my waka waka. The whole country now scatter. Everybody on yama. Beg for rest, higher. Children school fee, higher. Criminal rate, higher. No security, fire. Everybody on fire. You go so, that everybody. You come so, that everybody. Everybody just want me, everybody. For my business. Oh, the thing change. Oh, the thing will change. What I'm saying will change. But we want to change. But we want to change. Liberia people probably they can't finish. Every day they probably just increasing. We take pay, can go in kitchen. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Liberia people probably they can't finish. Every day they probably just increasing. We take pay, can go in kitchen. Oh Lord, oh Lord. I go to my uncle place. He telling me, you know, he say, oh. I go to my auntie place. She telling me, you know, he say, oh. That who I will complain to, but my uncle ain't complaining. That who I will complain to, but my uncle ain't complaining. Liberia people probably they can't finish. Every day they probably just increasing. We take pay, can go in kitchen. Oh Lord, oh Lord. Liberia people probably they can't finish. Every day they probably just increasing. We take pay, can go in kitchen. Oh Lord, oh Lord. If you want beer, they will get you beer. If you want weed, they will get you weed. If you want opportunity, they will never get you opportunity. They won't see you down, they never want you up. They won't see you crying, they never want you up. Every day and night, me no thinking. When I thinking, me and my baby, me just want to get you.
Hey Allah, no good job, no good school, no facility, poverty, where they are to support. Local little poverty, turning to Zongo. People is dying day and night. Hey Allah, now what do you have for us to do in the country?
Orange meaning orange data, no start meaning no start data.
Well, I would like to say welcome to yet another fresh edition of the program, The Bottom Line Liberia, a very special edition on this beautiful Saturday evening. Today is the 21st of September. If you're celebrating your birthday today, we'd like to say happy birthday to you. Or if you're celebrating any special occasion like your wedding anniversary or even um, um, baby shower or any other beautiful event, we want to be part of your celebration. And so take it from us here at the Borderland Liberia. Here we discuss the issues, give our inputs from our own perspectives. With a host of house full brains here tonight, I'd like to say welcome to you beautiful, smart people, ladies and gentlemen. Francis Mensa there in Sweden, Jamal Kamara in Manchester, United Kingdom, and our beautiful sister Cora Tracy is there in the Netherlands. Holland, that is. The one country got two names. I don't know which one will the Babana. But Netherlands. We take it Netherlands. And so I'd like to say welcome to all of you on this edition of the Bottom Line Liberia. And we will just ask Jamal Kamara to tell us exactly what we expect to have tonight. Our co-host, Paul the Lord Shirley, is on wheels. So probably he may join us, but he's on wheels, meaning traveling. So we wish him a safe travel. But Jamal, tell us, what do you think we'll be talking about tonight?
Yeah, tonight, Paul, Linford, including the other colleagues on the platform tonight, we'll be having a very interesting guest, a politician, can I say anthropologist, entrepreneur, activist, and I mean, she fits all characters. She's a humanitarian as well, a peacemaker.
No sound. You are mute.
Yeah, yeah, I was mute. Senior political advisor to the president of Liberia, and she's going to be our guest tonight to speak about the peace. And a good thing about it, colleagues, today is the War Peace Day, and we'll be bringing this guest in to be talking to her about peace around the world, specifically about Liberia and the Sub-Saharan Africa. We are speaking about one person, that is Honorable Madam Mark De La Cooper, a political activist, humanitarian, and also Liberia will know who she is. She's kind of hidden figure in Liberia, well known. The case is been very popular on the most social media. So we wait to have our guests coming. Just a little bit of intro on our guest tonight. We'll be speaking about the peace in Sub-Saharan Africa and also including Liberia. How do we resolve peace in our country? Liberia, Sub-Saharan Africa, what her role as the senior political advisor to the president of Liberia? What do you expect in the sub-region? Well, let's look at the ECOWAS region first. Then we'll look at the OU, the African, the AU countries. Then we'll go to Sub-Saharan Africa. From there, we go down. No, sorry, from AU, then we'll go to the world peace as well. So this is how we're going to be going out tonight, Linfo.
Okay, Francis, you had a very important group, a group of Liberians here in Europe, and we're going to just go around the table with our own views about peace in Liberia. Because we all Liberians, if good things happen in Liberia, if there is peace in Liberia, we'll be packing our bags and traveling all the time. But if there is hala, so to speak, we'll be scared to go there. But you had a group of Liberians here in Europe as president of EFLA. Tell us how important you think peace, or you believe peace in Liberia will affect the growth of the organization here and also members of the organization and their progress back home in Liberia.
Oh, well, thank you, Linford, and I want to say good evening to the fellow panelists here this evening and to our viewers as well. That's a very good question. Peace is very pivotal to sustainability of our organization, EFLA. because all the years, the goal of EFLA has been to ensure that our motherland remain peaceful and calm, and that with peace being in our country, it helps to what do you call it, strengthen the organization, the members, because when peace is there, it attracts investors, and when investors tend to come to the country, it creates job and economic empowerment. And so over the years, our people have been remitting money back home because of the unemployment. So when it will help the community economically as well, and then the people will start to uh, you know tend to save their money more, and tend to do other things with the money and send it back home because people be employed. So it cannot be overemphasized the role of peace and the trickle down effect on Liberians in Europe. Yeah.
Good. And our sister, Kura Tris, or you are a lady, and women. I think women play a pivotal role when it comes to peace, because even in the marriage, in the home, if the woman is not satisfied, there will be no peace. And if the woman is satisfied, everything will be bread and butter. No noise. So women, for me, I believe that women can play a very very important role, and uh, especially countries where people understand the role of women. Just before I bring you in, Cora, I will give you a short story. When I first came to Norway, the African mentality, right, where you gotta show that you man. So I had a girlfriend. We all went to a club together with a friend, and we were coming back home. Everybody was drunk, Oslo, Saturday night like this, around 2 o'clock. People, no human being get sense. Everybody fighting. So the two guys were fighting. One of them was very huge, and the other one was small. And they were fighting on the stairs, right, the rail of the stairs. The big guy had the ball neck pressing on his sonny. So I told the girls, I said, "You stop." So I ran there. I tried to pat them. They were still fighting. And my girlfriend said, "Move from there." So I left. She's on Norwegian. She went. She turned her back and just stretched her hand like this between the two guys. They stopped. And I was like, what? When I was trying to pull these guys apart, and she told me, as long as you are in Norway, never, if two people fighting, never go there, especially you blind man. If any of them get hurt, when the police come, they say, you the one hurt them. So she said, we the women, we can stop them, because when I stretch my hand like this, and the one that will pass the hand, what me punch the other one, he will be guilty. Because I will be the judge. When the police come, I will judge it. So from that time, I learned that women got, very strong power, especially in a country like Norway. So you being a woman, and you live abroad, you've been seeing how powerful you guys are. What do you think this World Peace Day will mean for our own peace in Liberia? How does it help, strengthen our peace? Looking at what we know already about peacemaking.
Thank you so much for the question. In my opinion, peace is very paramount for every striving country, especially for when it in regards to our economy, because where there is peace, like Mr. Mensah just said, where there is peace, the economy of the country strive and grow and prosper and flourish. But you don't want to go to a place where you always hear about uh, conflict and quarrel, or there's going to be violence, there's going to be this, there's going to be that. So everybody want to be into a place where their peace and the safety and the security is ensured, and they can go about doing their business and about their normal day. So peace is paramount for every striving country or nation. For me, peace is important. But I was just in Liberia this going January, and from the look of things, like a woman, it is unsafe to even walk in the evening or in the afternoon alone in Liberia. I didn't feel safe at all. No, because the way in which those people just come up to you, it's really scary. So peace is important. It is really important. Yeah.
Okay, Paul, the Lord Cherry is Paul is on you. I can see him sitting at the back, behind the steering. But because of the importance of the program, I think Paul is taking us some time just to chime in. So, Paul, today is World Peace Day, and we all know, even uh, unless people who did not see the war, right? But we that went through the war, and or we who saw pre-war Liberia, how peaceful it was, how beautiful it should be, even though not clean, I mean not sparkling city, but peaceful and like Cora is saying, a woman could walk in the neck, coming from working in the neck, she got low off her shoulder because nobody is trying to bother her. You see, we took them as our mothers. Those of us, young boys, our growing up those days. So you saw pre-war Liberia, and then you saw war Liberia, and now you are looking at post-war Liberia. How important is peace for us?
Well, good evening. You guys can hear me?
Very well.
Yeah.
Well, good evening, Cora, Francis, and Linford. It's good to be on the show. Linford, before I talk anything about peace, I'm actually in your city. I'm in Portsmouth, and I'm heading back to London tonight.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
so
impossible.
yeah. And what happened in Portsmouth is very peaceful. Remind me of the days when we were growing up in Monrovia that we used to roam in the street 3 a.m. in the morning. There was no trouble at all. We go to talent show, we end up 7 o'clock before we get home. There was nothing like that. But I'm one of those blessed people that I didn't see the war. I left 1988 before the war started.
Oh,
So I only watched the thing on television and I saw how bad it was. So yes, it's going to be peaceful, and today was peace day. So I think Liberia should reflect back in the days before the whole thing started, how peaceful it was, and that's kind of Liberia. I'm praying God to see before the day and it that cannot come. So
great.
so I just pop in to say hi, and I'll be following the show while driving, and then I will help share the show. It's good to
Yeah,
keep all the
you
good
got
work,
three.
and then
You got about
yeah,
3 hours to go.
yeah. So if I reach in time when you guys still on, I will join. But I'm gonna take my time to drive
Yeah, yeah,
on
yeah.
a very nice, peaceful road back to London. So on that
Okay.
note, have a great show, guys.
I hope you enjoy the South today. You see what I told you about that your London? The South is very good. The whole
Drive
South.
safe, drive safe, Paul.
Yeah,
Be
the
safe
thing
out there.
is thank you, Francis. The thing is, it's nice. You know, it reminds me about Maryland, that the sea coast. You
The
can see
sea
the
coast.
ships, and yeah. So, I mean, I just fell in love with the player. I said, "Lord, let me tell Linford maybe just to bring it hard that I'm in your school city."
Right.
All right, guys. Great show.
Okay, take
Enjoy
care.
yourself. Yeah.
Drive
All right.
Okay,
safely.
Yeah.
take
Okay.
care, Paul.
Bye bye.
Yeah, that was the voice of Paul, the Lord Teacher Play, our regular member here on the show. And guys, like we're talking about peace, right? And you know, some people would think the absence of the gun or the absence of the sounds of the guns means peace. No, peace is very it's a very big word that will encompass a lot of different activities in human life. You know, just walking in the street, like what Kura said, just walk, no gun shooting, Monroe or nothing, but just walking in the street and just looking at people. And I explained what she's talking about. You know, you see the boys, the way they're walking, they come in, the men come in, and you see that you can hardly see the man face, but he looks aggressive. Even he doesn't hit you, but just the way he's walking. And they used to have that song, "Oh, I see my luck, I see my luck." Whether that you they talking to or not, you want to cut corner. So peace encompasses a lot of things. So when we talk about peace, it's not only the absence of the sounds of the guns, but it's also that tranquility that we human need to have in our daily lives. That you leave your house, you go to work, your children or your husband or your wife is expecting you to return in one piece, but then when they can't see you, when they go look, they say the person lying in the hospital. It could be some pen boy coming hitting you with a motorcycle, or it could be some robber who wants to check your bag and they stab you. It could be, you know, 2 years ago, I had a very bad experience. Or my little brother, the son of my little brother, my nephew, they begin were riding motorcycle, whole day in Pinsway, and they live somewhere Fender. So he was going home and he saw these two guys. They said, "Oh, my man, please drop off." He said, "But I retire now." They said, "No, we're going in the same direction." People told them when they reached to a junction in sort of bang, they said, no, we just going right there small because he want remake carry on. When the boy went, he put it down, they took a gun and shot him right in the back. And they took a motorcycle and they just left him there. There are other people in the neighborhood heard the gun sound, and people, curious people, you know, they know the business, son and good. So people went there. When they went there, they boy lying unconscious, and by God's grace, he survived because they got a small gun with a single barrel shot. All the shot went in the boy's back. Luckily, they didn't touch his intestine or his spinal cord, but he was lucky, and they took it off. You know, so in that situation, we really do not have peace, even though the guns are silent. Nobody, no doodle ball flying, but we really do not have that tranquility, that beauty of silence, peaceful heart, where you don't fear anything. For instance, you being in a law enforcement before, and you know, do not for long or do not actively engaging. I don't know. I can't remember your line of duty do, but I know not everybody in law enforcement can engage the crimes out there or the criminals out there. But if it happened that you did, what is your experience, you know, from back then and now? Even though when you served, it was immediately after the war, and then coming down several years down the line, and we still not experiencing that peace. How can you compare the two you know times?
Well, I mean, they were contrasting times, bro. Linford, when I served the Liberia National Police, was in the anti-robbery unit. Our role was to patrol Monrovia at night and ensure that with ECOMO at the time, and ensure that you know, citizens when they go to bed, they are not unrobbed, and that, you know, that their properties are safe, their lives and property are safe. I mean, it was challenging times, man. You know, because as I stated earlier, there were no jobs. The money was circulating within a few cycles, and drugs, you know, was on the rise. It is still on the rise in Liberia. And so they were hiding criminals. I mean, you know, people needed to survive. So it was like a wild, wild west. People, when they were living, criminals were living off the back of, you know, the ordinary citizens. And armed robbery was very, very, very serious at the time. I can remember that incident. There was a guy, there were brothers in Bartonsville. Oh my God. And these guys went to their homes were armed robbed and they got killed in the house, man. Echo Morgan, we went there. We basically working the night, you know. So yeah, just to say that, look, it were troubling times because he didn't know what to do. I mean, he didn't know you're gonna go back home in the next morning, you know, because you tend to be enemies of the criminals, you know, especially the armed robbers. You could be ambushed, you know. So yeah, but having said that, Liberia today is much, much more better, you know, from what it was immediately after the war and the three wars that we had. I left Liberia before then. I left Liberia the early 2000s, and then so when I visited Liberia a couple of years ago, you could see the level of security presence in the streets, although at the time the police, you know, few police, I think the SPU or PSU, the ones who were carrying arms, but other people were not carrying arms though. So the situation, it was desperate. You know, people were certain places in the night were just a no-go area, bro. So to speak. So yeah. So yeah, but all in all, peace is very important. I mean, you stated very clearly. That was a very salient point that you raised. You asserted that assertion that it does not have to be raining bullets, RPGs, and missiles before there's war. There's war is still out there, and Liberia needs to get on its feet economically. I think that would be one of the ways to alleviate some of the ongoing security threats to the country. There's a lot of range of issues that relate to security threat, food insecurity, unemployment. As the list goes on.
Yeah. We for those of you watching us, we want to say thank you for coming and being with us. Please help us to share the show, like our page, and whenever we come on, you'll be notified. And we encourage you to share the show to your contacts so that they all will be part of the discussions we're having here. And these discussions that we have here are for us, for you, and for everybody. Because, those of us that live outside, yeah, there is no heaven on earth here. But relatively, we can tell you that some of the places that we live is much better security-wise, economic-wise than Liberia. Because the thing is, here you're not worrying. And countries like Norway, where you can park your car and leave the key inside and go. It used to be a law here that every major office, big building, you park your car, you can leave your key inside and go in case of anything. Somebody can drive your car away, from there for safety. But because people are getting advanced too, so people got to take some security measures. But relatively security is here, and if anybody will do something to you intentionally, like how people can rob people in Liberia, the security forces, they are able at least to pursue the person to an extent that they can even arrest the person or at least make attempt to pursue the person. But in Liberia, where people find their body lying in the street, all they can do is to stay and look at it and take video of it. And the police people will come, maybe they just look at it and then they say, okay, you're taking and carried to the morgue, and nobody's going to find out what happened. In a few years' time, okay, the last 6 years, people got killed mysteriously. And, I mean, broad daylight, where a lady got killed in somebody's compound, and they can't arrest anybody. Where a man who is not even a Liberian and a girl were in a car and they were driving, nearly two of them, and he stopped with the intention to slaughter that girl. If other people were not present, that girl would have been dead today. And people let that man go off the hook that there was no evidence. Man, this was not in a crowd or in a crowded area. It was two people in a car. Yeah? And you acquit the president. So these are all the things we look at and we say there is no peace, because when it's in the absence of security, there is no peace. But Kura, probably there is something you want to talk about when it comes to peace that you think is very important for the country. While we are with our guests.
I think one of the first step to just having to deal with the issue of peace when it comes to our protecting the citizens is rehabilitation for those people who are in the streets, because they have literally nowhere to go. They have no hope. They are hopeless. They are helpless. So whatever means possible, they just do whatever they can because they can get away with anything. They have no home. They have no job. They have family, probably not. I don't know, because if you see the terror in the eyes, they themselves, they are screaming for help silently, because nobody in their right mind would just go on the street and attack a total stranger, somebody whom you don't know. So I think the first step to ensuring peace for the citizens is to have a rehabilitation for those people who are in the street, because the amount of people who are in the street is alarming. If you've been to Liberia in the past few months or 1 or 2 years, you will understand exactly what I'm saying. It's too much and it's increasing. It is increasing. So I think one of the way to tackle the issue of peace and safety for the citizens of Liberia is to ensure that those people be rehabilitated and see how best we can get them off the street, because it's scary, to be honest with you, because I've lived here in Europe for some time now, and I have seen the level of peace that I have enjoyed here, having not to worry about who's walking behind me or who's coming in front of me. I just walk freely any time of the night. And going home, you cannot even enjoy that. Just as simple as that, you cannot enjoy it. It's scary. You getting in taxi, you scary. You getting on bike, you scared. You getting in keke, you scared. My sister almost got killed these few days. So it is really scary. To be honest with you, it is really scary. So I don't know what we can do, or what the government is trying to do, or what are they putting in place to get those people off the street as soon as possible. So yeah.
We keep talking about peace. You know, like I said, the war peace. That's a big word. You get plenty things connected to it, right? We got economic peace. That means people are working. Everybody ain't got to be rich, but people can afford. The man coming from work, he can pass to the supermarket and say, "Oh no, I think the kids need something. Let me buy some candy or ice cream or whatever for them." He can take pay. When he pays all of the bills, he still got small thing left. That even he himself as a man, when he goes out, he can turn around small too. But here's a guy, he goes to work, he owes more than, just in 1 month time, he'll be owed more than 4 months salaries. The value of 4 months salary. So when he takes 1 month pay, it does nothing. It leaves deep hole in his pocket. Basically, not even from hand to mouth. It's from hand to, that one call from hand to bill, because you're not even putting it in your mouth. Okay, that's economic insecurity. No peace right there. The family, the children, hungry men are angry men. The children, then when they see that park coming, they can't even respect him because he coming with a hand swinging, nothing in your hand. You know, then we got social peace. Well, the one we're talking about, where you get up, you go out, you know that you are secure, you're not running home. You know, when I was in Liberia, the last time there was 2016, and you see people rushing for car, man. Right when it's 2, 3 o'clock, people rushing before 4 or 5, it'll be difficult because even the taxi driver then scared. They'll go home too. So if you stay out after that time, you can't get car. You see, so that's social insecurity and no peace socially. Then we talked about the political insecurity, which is even bigger, where politicians are getting at people. I mean, you know, it's just hard to say, but we got to say, politicians will get at our enemies. We saw in the past 6 years. Okay, people who are not supporting the government could not get jobs. Some of them will end up in jail. Some people get killed because no, all these things. So peace is very, very relative. And so as we speak about peace on this particular World Peace Day, we should take it to be very important. We should attach very big significance to it. We should not just say the word peace. Let's look at it from within ourselves. Am I at peace with my neighbors, with my family, with my wife? You know, I think peace also starts with people themselves. Because if you love your neighbor, like you know, the biblical saying, love your neighbor as yourself, then your neighbor too will begin to love himself and love other people. Then that love will spread and peace will be there. Jima, anything you have to say about this World Peace Day apply to our situation in Liberia while we are with our guests?
Yeah, thank you very much. While we were with our guests, just to let you know, may take some cue on the newspaper as well. I'm working on that in a few minutes. We'll be looking at some major newspaper in Liberia. And the second thing to that, we just got some message coming from the special assistant to Madam Adela Cooper. I think we're trying to get some information if she's going to show up or not, but I'm also working on that. In any case, speaking about peace, you know, peace is essential for all development progress of a country. Like Liberia, in a post-war Liberia, you expect for us to set this pace straight after 14 years of civil war. And if you want to attract investors and other people to come to your country, peace should be the element number one, priority number one. And talking about peace, you see, and security as well, peace cannot go without security. under the past 6 years, up to the present government taking over, we got too many deaths taking place, or no deaths. A lot of things happen. Investigations still pending. Getting scaled. Up to now, we don't know. These things to be set straight. If these records are just set straight, it helps for investors to know, like, we have some kind of level of security in the country. Like our sister just said, Cora just said on the platform, you can't just walk in peace in Liberia. You know what is that? It's because the people that are there, it could be pressure because of certain things they don't have. They don't have jobs. They want to survive. So why too many armed robbery in the country? Mr. Francis Mensas were talking about it. Because somebody's in desperate need. You just want to get something done. Okay, well, what do you do for these people? It goes to security. Peace cannot go without security. So those things will be in place. So the government needs to take as priority number one. If you want to attract people to come to your country, to make sure it goes with the social cohesion. A lot of things have to go with peace and security. So you cannot do peace without security. So what we are saying, the government need to prioritize is India, Uganda, whatever they're doing. We need to feel at peace where we are. Then you feel, I'm going home. I don't care about anything. I walk the night. I grew up in Ireland when I was came out in my young age. You can walk anywhere in Ireland, anywhere, anytime. I think Cora can attest. Many of you have been in Ireland can attest to that. And that one of the country after Japan is one of the lowest in terms of rape case. Because there, one thing you would say, sex is for sale there, drug is for sale there at a lower level. So those are things that also people want to get at. That's another security, a lot of security. You can get anywhere you want to get those things. It's under control. So you will find that rape is the lowest thing they can. So if you are caught being a rapist for raped in Ireland, you go for the highest maximum prison time. Death could be 5 years. Rape could be the highest, because you can have, if you want to have fun, you can have fun. That's available. That's one of the things people go around to do. And also everybody in those countries have something to live on. And the structure need to be in place as well as we speak. People that are desperate going out there to rob people to get something because they don't have. What do? You got to put a structure in place for them. Government needs to. Liberia is a small country. We have the funds, got the resources to arrange these things. Just like so many greedy people are around who now want to keep everything for themselves. So you got to have people disadvantaged. They are desperate. If I'm there, my daughter is of 5 years, 6 years. I'll be tempted that I want to go to school. I don't have money, and somebody riding to a specific car. I know they're not getting it right. I may be tempted to go into armed robbery to my daughter, my wife, to have food at home. This is what's happening. You should look at our side of it as well. So those are the situations. The government will look at peace, the level of people out there according to so unfortunately we call our those disadvantaged youth according to Zogos, because the situation is one getting into them. So it's basically all goes together. Peace goes with security. Security need to be prioritized. Then we talk about peace. Linfa? Right. Francis?
Yes, look, looking at the generality of peace, there's a lot of factors that we would like to consider. I mean, in terms of creating a country peaceful, there's we live in Scandinavia. Yeah, it's relatively peaceful. But the world is evolving. We have extremism. We have, insurgents. We have a lot of triggers around the world that may impede the peaceful environment and across the world in various countries. So how can we, as humans, or can say of government institute policies, or probably create an environment where peace would thrive? It's very concerning, Tracy and Jamel, because injustices, inequality, these are all issues that tend to derail peace across the world in societies across the world. Greed for for wealth, uh, especially in our country, Liberia. Our people are very, very submissive in a sense. Uh, and the reason why, I mean, we still have uh, a level of tranquility, so to speak. But at the rate of social injustices, inequality, I don't know how long the people will take it. You know, I'll try to dispel some of these notions that the country have war before nobody want to fight again. There are countries around the world that have war, and I
But
still go
in fact, during the war, we fought two wars after the first war.
exactly. So, we need to urge our governments, our policy makers, to ensure that is at least the distribution of our resources are equitably, distributed among our people so that our people can have some dignity of life. You know, we can talk all we want to say, bro, ladies, but look, once the wealth is not equitably distributed, I mean, there will always be a fragile security situation in the country, and that we don't want. We live in Europe here. We know what it's like. Thank God. I mean, we're not in some of these Eastern black countries where authoritarianism is the hallmark of the day.
Yeah, thank you, Francis. We we just want to break this news to our viewers that the political advisor, the senior political advisor to President Joseph Numa Boakai, Madam Magdalena Cooper, was supposed to be our guest tonight, but she's also traveling with the president. So as the president makes these moves, where he's going or where he is now, all of the people traveling with her, they also need to be pressing some buttons around. So our understanding is that the button has been told by a very confidential person, very close to the political advisor, that she may not make it because she's willing to do it, but she doesn't know how long the meeting will be. I think I don't know whether they're in Canada now or they stay in the US. So if she will be able to finish before we are finished with the show, she could come, but we don't know. So we just want to say that she may not come, but if she comes, then that's a miracle for us. That's a plus for us. So we're gonna do our regular thing here, and then maybe we're going to have Madam Cooper the next time she's available. She's already consented, and these discussions about her appearance have been going on for over a week. So it's not that we took her by surprise. But again, traveling with the president, I've been on that detail before for many years. I know what it is, man. Your clothes should always be pressed. Imagine the guys who kindly never met 2 o'clock and say, "Okay, look, we're going." Do we even ask all going? When the car party is all going, just get inside, you're going until you reach where you're going. But Francis struck a very good point about peace, and I keep saying it, that peace is a big word. It's very relative. So the political landscape plays a very vital role in the maintenance of peace. And then Francis said, I'll re-echo again. That was, like when the time of war, they want for war in a bila. The reason why Liberians are tired of war or they don't want to fight war is most of the people after the war, people are trying to put their lives together. Not that Liberians are scared of fight war. You see all the demonstrations going on, see people die. No, let me tell you, I've been in a war situation before. I would say I grew up behind the line. So when you hear a gun sound fire, it can be scary. But by the time they go now, when that fire for a long time, it tend to be used to it. It happened right there in Monrovia. Even people who are in Monrovia who used to say, "Oh, across the line." When April 6th happened, Monrovia people fighting on Broad Street. We were in Commontown running a radio station. We were working normally, well, nothing was happening. So, human being tend to get used to the situation around them at the time. So, but the only thing we pray for is that, like Francis said, let our leaders put into place the mechanism that will make the people mind to be relaxed, so that the Adoma is a devil's workshop, because you continue to play on it. Oh, one day, somebody will get mad and say, "No, this thing is too much now, man. If anything will do it." You see, so how difficult is it? And Liberians, let me tell you, let me give this one to us. We fought 14 years of war in that small thing. Cheering upon the first day the war started, there were 14 years before the war ended. And 14-year-old a big man in Liberia, it gets sense. You can do anything. Most of the children are fighting were 7, 8, 9 years old. Okay? So, but after a desperate war that we fought, that people can even drive on our highway in the night, going to Banga, going to Lofa, and you never hear any incidents of ambushing or I don't have to even say this, because it could, yeah, people could just say, "Oh yeah, we're supposed to be doing that, but we're not doing it." You see it? No, Liberia, we are peaceful people. Let me tell you, it was just time that the same thing that happening now. People push the Liberian people to the wall, such that when they reach against the wall, that's why when you bounce the football on the wall, it will come back to you. The people, they push them so much that they just had to come back at that time. And when they came back forcefully. So we should learn lessons from the past, and let's put into place events, activities, things that will make the people not to go back to that ugly past. You see, it's very simple. The country people say you will plant the new map on the old one. Let's look at what's happening now and compare to we put 13 people, 11 people, they not say nothing. We put them broad day, tied and kill them. So they say corruption should stop. But then they see corruption is not growing. In fact, corruption living with all and build house. Somebody renting in some people's house. Man, look, it might take us through the newspapers, because the Liberian thing here, they see that the song you play, I really love it. The Liberian program can't finish. It always growing. It's like some kind of bad sickness, bad cancer. When you're treating it, they're growing.
And before you go further, I have a question. I don't know if it is appropriate, but I'm gonna ask anyway.
Yeah,
Do you think is nice that we always call ourselves post-war Liberia, because post-war country isn't a country that have been through war for more than 14 years. So, and we still refer to ourselves as post-war country. Are we still post-war Liberia?
I think
I got a very good.
I think the word is the term is relative. If I may add, if I may say so. Post-war, most people say in the general term in a way that is after the war, countries after the war, this happening. This is why the word has been termed to. Probably you may look at it from a different perspective, but they're saying this country went into war after the war. This is what happened. This is what they're looking at. You may look at it from a different angle. This is why I'm saying the word is relative.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know from which the context at which you're speaking, but one thing I know for Liberia, the people in Liberia, the society there, they are very, 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 very prone to use terms consistently, words that has actually no meaning at all. I mean, at a point in time, I'll just give you 3 examples, like the word disingenuous. I mean, it's being used around, and these kind. The list, and also, post-war. I agree with you. We have been out of war since the past 14 years or so.
More than that.
Yeah, more than that. So we have countries who have similar wars. They don't call themselves Vietnam. Other places do not call themselves post-war Vietnam. Other places. So I agree with you. I think it's about time that we try to take away that prefix or that what they call that we add to our country, because I think in my mind the reason why we use that our post-war is that we try to gather sympathy.
That's my thoughts.
We try to gather sympathy. We want to go big. You know that people is that they want to go ask our foreign friends and partners want to go big for money and other things. They will say post-war Liberia, just as though we just came out of war just like 2-3 years ago. So that's a very good point you just raised, and I think going forward, I mean, Liberians, our politicians, our technocrats or policy makers need to desist from adding now prefix of what is to Liberia, making us to look that we just came a war and when we are going to beg, for aids and other stuff from our partners.
Okay,
But you still begging now.
I have a completely different opinion on that compared to yours, Francis.
Yeah.
Because no matter whether it's even World War II, you can say post-war world. World War II.
Where which country? Tell me. Vietnam had war over. Tell me.
Yeah,
Nigeria had a Biafra war.
Okay, so what would we say about pre-war? Yeah, so if we want to get rid of the post-war, what would we say about pre-war when we're talking about Liberia? So there was pre-war and there is post-war. So
that's cliches. These are cliches.
There should be a time frame that you consider yourself a post-war
you
country.
Look at the timeliness, you look at the time elapsed and whatever. But post-war and pre-war, they will always be there. But let me share something with you. When Liberia was fighting war, I think it's the Balkan, or I know the Baltic or the Balkan, or Serbia, Kosovo, and all the places were fighting war as well.
Yeah, the Balkans, yeah.
Yeah, the Balkans. That's where they had Mikhail Gorbachev. They had this guy, Radovan Karadzic. And I remember all those names because we always play with them on the news. Now, but guess what? 2013 or 14, a Liberian boy got married in Serbia. We went to Serbia. We went there during the week, and our wedding was on Saturday. But I went there on the Monday. I was the first to go on Monday. Knowing that I was a journalist working in the name Serbia, the Serbian, the Serbs, Croats, and what all the war was going on. So I was thinking that I'm going to see a post-war country, Serbia, like Liberia, where you can literally see bullet mark on the wall. No. You go to Serbia. In fact, if you go to Belgrade, no Sunday, nothing. No night, nothing, no Sunday. It's the same that day. People, I don't know why people can sleep. I was confused. I live in UK. I know life in UK is different, but Serbia always different. I know why people can sleep because anytime we got the people. So, and the people's life has changed. I agree with you, Cora. I agree with Francis. The people's life has changed. But we still got a mentality that, oh yeah, we came from war. We are post-war, so but is that begging mentality probably that why we still using the word? But post-war and pre-war will always exist to describe what happened before and then what is happening after. But then if we try to link it to our lifestyle as a people, lesser people, weak-minded people, then I see the problem that Cora is having. So well, we cannot do away with that post-war and pre-war. No,
that's a very good. I know. I've never thought about that. I think it's a good point of discourse. Issues. I mean that it can be intellectualized because we need to gravitate, get out of that mental that framework that we post-war in. Because I'll tell you a story. Because when we do, people say pre-war, it's like they're trying to look for glory in the good old days, and they say the post-war, that's the dark side. Things are all gloomy. There's no hope, yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, but it's good. But as we like I said, as we celebrate or as we observe this War Peace Day, we shouldn't just talk about peace. Like okay, we saying it and peace starts in the home. Remember, the home is according to our elementary civics. Peace I mean, the home is the nucleus of the entire society. If you get bad homes in the country, the whole country is doomed to be bad. If you get good homes where everybody in the home, they are peaceful, they are respectful, they will take it outside, and other people will imitate their good example and extend it. So that's how it builds. So we as individual humans in Liberian citizens, let's attach that importance to peace in our mind first. Don't get up from your house with the man and going outside today, but I'll kill somebody. God forbid. Not me, you say you're going to do something bad today. Or today, but I will tell somebody there. No, don't drop that idea. And again, the other side of peace that we should look at, we'll soon be going through our newspapers and we'll not be here for a very long time. But the other side of peace that we should look at again, look at what's happening in our country right now with the proliferation of drugs, different type of drugs. Drugs are always being like, bro, when we were growing up, the biggest one we knew about, or I heard about was opium. Where people say, oh, then they can get high. But they were normal, they were doing that and they were normal. Nobody was walking on the side like going to fall. No, they were normal. But now they have upgraded it. And because the world is upgrading in every sense, everything gets changing. I watched a movie in the US in 2006. It's called Idiocracy. And that's exactly what's happening. That people, they in the next 50 years, all of us here, if everybody will be living, you will be totally different from the people who will be living that time. Totally different. Lifestyle, the way they do things, the way they talk, you're not even understanding. And that's why I saw in that movie. So, it's worrisome. You get entire generation of people just being consumed by drugs. Tell me, who's going to take over? Eh? So, Jamal, you want to take us through the newspapers?
Yes. We'll get the first chance of Cora so you can speak on before she take leave of us. I want to let us roll. I don't know if you have gone through the newspaper, like you always say, we're going to put the newspaper headline through. It's like you have read it before. It was a week, and we want to share with you so we have our thought. We got our thought on the newspaper. You can do yours as well. And first, we want to look at some issues. This is what's they're saying. I want to share this for you guys. This outrageous neglect. This has to deal with if you can see it, this is from the lawmakers. This has to do with the legislature undermine youth by approving 366,000. That's the budget for youth ministry, guys. That's the budget. Use of youth sport. The budget 366,000 for sport in 2024. That's that. So somebody's calling the outrageous neglect. So that's the headline for the front page, back to back page, front page, sport back page. You can take a shot on it before you take a leave of us, Cora, if you like. If you don't want to, you can pass on to another headlines.
Okay.
Looking at the consideration of youth sport in Liberia, and somebody's putting up to not even 500,000. That's the 366,000 budget for sport in Liberia, the whole of 2024. The budget
was it allocated for the youth?
The Minister of Youth.
Yeah.
You know something I really find ironic, because we always say the youth are the future leaders, and we cannot even prioritize their well-being. It starts from here. The youth are the future, but yet and still we rob them of the future. So what future are we setting for them? What future are we creating for them? If you as a lawmaker, those young people, entrust their lives into your hands, they believe in your ability to serve and to make things better for them. And when you get the power that should transform their life and you misuse it, you abuse it, what becomes of the future generation you claim are the future? We just keep going in the same loop. And I pray for a day where I'm going to be alive to see that people are going to make the right decisions, not based on their bellies, but because they put Liberia first. That is why I do not indulge with politics. I am not affiliated with any political party. because I cannot stand people who have two tones or people who just use the young people and abuse their power when they have it, when they have the ability to make the right decision or to change someone's life. And then you're gonna do this. It just makes me so mad. To be honest with you, I don't know.
Okay,
Francis?
cool. We understand you will be you gotta go. So if you won't mind, we want to say thank you for tonight, and we'll be here on Tuesday. And so we expect to also have you, and then we'll do the discussions as usual.
Okay.
And
Thank you all
okay,
so much for having me tonight. I wish I could stay, but I really have to go.
we
Thank
It was a
understand.
pleasure being here tonight, and thank you so much.
By the way, before you leave, take a leave of Cora. We on the 27th. On the 27th, we'll be having the board of directors of FLAG will be speaking about the voting right for the diaspora. You follow me?
And yeah, and the 27 will be Jam. Well, we are expected to have somebody big also from
Mark is
from
open.
CDC. But
They may have that one for Saturday.
finalized. We have agreed, but we are not finalized it. So if
but
possible,
this is we want you to be there. We are talking about diaspora voting rights. So the board director of the chairman of the board of directors of FLA, Liberian Federation in Europe. Europe. The Liberian Umbrella Organizations chair, the board director will be here. Mark Muller will be here to tell us all about why the diaspora Liberians should have a right to vote. So we'll be speaking to him. So through the instrumentality of Mr. Mensah, we'll be having the chairman on the 27th. So just please be around, and let's roast the director.
Yes, sure we will.
We'll roast him or grill him.
Thank
you very much. Thanks for coming in. Thanks.
Okay. Bye-bye. Good night.
Bye.
Good night. So if I just throw in little light on the neglect story here, I don't know. And like Cora said, if the youths, we claim that they are the future and we can prepare them now, are we waiting that they will leapfrog to the future and begin to, like you born a child, there is this snake, I saw snake, and get this when snake born children leader they on their own. they were struggling because they will not even see their mother. So that's what we do to our children. You just we let them go, fetch on their own in the future. No. Look, in this country, I have learned a lot of things, and this is where our people in Liberia are missing out on. When people come from the diaspora, they think they are enemies. People coming to take their job. No, that is some small thing that we learn here all over the world, whether in Asia, America, Europe, everywhere. There's something that I've seen in Liberia that we have learned that somebody can introduce. This country, my 4-year-old son, 5-year-old, the 6-year-old, they get football team. They play league. Tournament. They play tournament. Today they were playing against one other team from the other side. You talk about 5 years, 6 years old. Whereby our Lone Star, every time they go play, they beat them. Then they say that they were simply because we are not groomed those people. You know how much talent we got. When I was in Liberia, I didn't play football. I was interested in basketball. When I came to Europe here, I played 4th division, second division, we couldn't make it because our team were not too that strong. So we had to be eliminated that year. But I played active football here. We were 4 Liberians. We played active football here. Imagine I didn't play football in Liberia, but when I came and I saw the way things were happening, where you go on the football field, they got our team. We get more than 30, 40 football. One person can take 2, 3 football and do what you want to do. We get shin guard free. We get boots. So even the crazy man want to play football. But yeah, Liberia, when I was in Liberia, the only time our goalkeeper, I used to go, I stole some glove from one time of the home. I want goalkeeper glove, or then I want the home. I know you know, drying. I went by there, I saw it, I said, no, they want going. Seriously, because I have broken them off finger, because I get gloves. So I saw that old glove, I said, they want, I can't use it. So you see, no incentives. Then you go to Lone Star and go put them against some kind of good team. Then you're expecting the children to play magic. That man, when he put football boost on him during that game, he's scared. You know, you're not been playing football game before. You're not been playing football boost, so you not even know how to run. When somebody come in to kill you, will check because you think they come and kick a crazy boom. No. Let me tell you, the people like bro were not yet ready because there are things that we falling short on. Prepare the youths, different activities here, to the point where you got first graders here going to chemistry class, learning about different chemicals. So by the time the children reach high school, they know already they've been passing through this thing. But like brother, they'll force you. They will whip you, 2 times 2, 2 times 2, 4, 2 times 2, 10. They flock you. 2 times 2, 15. They flock you. You see? And that 2 times 2, 15, where will carry you? Nowhere. They say, can't recite the contents of Liberia. You start saying the contents. You say with the PU. Knowing the contents of Liberia will not do anything. You support technical things. But look, listen, man. Liberia, we got problems, gentlemen. Chima, that song you played today, that song, this is the first time I heard that song, I really love it. Liberia's problem is so big. It's like, oh, lady, when they buy her thing, you try to rob a buy, she say, oh, that's my hair now, and my hair, and my buy again. Then when we go to the buy, she say, hey, no, that's my side. So we got these compounded problems, and these problems cannot be solved, and the solutions are there. We are not the only country to have problems, but why? Why? You look at whole youth and sports ministry. You say, am I again?
366,000.
That's just my
half a million.
My first question that their team that the money they getting. Because all of them got forward booth. Hey, guess what? Where the forward boy, you leave it there. Then next time they say then guess what? Then the trainer will go open the well and get a new one. Can you imagine? No, listen. We've got to be serious, Liberia as a country, or else, like Cora said before, we'll just be going tailspin, we'll just be going around like the door trying to point its own tail, and we'll not arrive anywhere. I feel sorry for the body that play on those thing. Imagine the last time the team was supposed to go, the money they sort of get there, it didn't come, they had to go before the money came. And not even anything that will keep them up. Then you go put them against teams that have been practicing, they get everything almost that they need. Look at our Olympic team. I saw few boys came from America. They sponsor themselves. My nephew in America, the boys drink track and field. He asked me if he can come to Norway. I said, oh no. He said, why? So I tried to explain some things to him. I said, but why can't go run for Liberia? He told me. He said, why going to win Liberia? He said, because nobody know me in the first time I was born in the US. If I go there, they will say, oh, they may not from here. And number two, they cannot do what I do want money, but they cannot sponsor me. Can you imagine? So it's a lot of things that the government supposed to do. And if they don't do these things, we will continue to cry. At the end of the day, nobody will hear us. Like they can say in Liberia and say you go cry tire.
Yeah. Linford, we have Francis has to comment on this.
Look, guys, look, I don't want to waste my time, man. Yeah, so we can just may as well discuss something else because it doesn't make no sense.
Your life has been sport. You're one of the guys. Every basketball court around Monrovia, you've been there. You grew up playing for sport commission all over Liberia. It's pathetic for you to hear the story that 366,000 be given to Mission Sport, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, not even for basketball. I play both football. I play football as well. I was very athletic. If you see me playing football, you will not know I could play basketball. You see me playing basketball, you know I could play basketball. You put me on the volleyball court, you see me playing volleyball, you don't know. I'm very, very, I am very athletic. I don't know where to start from. First, it's actually outrageous, as the headline says, because we have people in the legislature who play sports, who have been head of the NFA, and they have oversight of the budget. And how can they sit down there and allow $300 and some more $1,000 to be allotted to youth and sports. Again, as I was saying that look, we depend on donors, especially for the TVET program. I don't know if this the amount of money is actually covering the entire Ministry of Youth and Sports, or just for the national team, the football team, or
it's
the
for the
basketball.
sport. It's a sport for the sport for 2020.
It's for sports.
Sports,
And I think I mean it's just imagine football, which is the most popular sport in the country. I mean, that alone is it cannot do anything for football.
It's
a camping fee. It's just I mean it's just a month. It's a month-long camping fee. I mean, including no. I mean, I just don't know what to say, because I mean, if you where I live, man. I mean the football sports budget. So I mean, it's a outside entity by itself.
Francis, just before you continue, you play basketball. You play as sports commission at YMCA. Now, just go in Sweden. I live in Sweden, okay? Go also. If the first, I don't know if you know this for Charles Massacre here now in here. Charles Massacre met me when I went to Sweden first time. The first time I went to Sweden, Charles Massacre met me in Malmö on the basketball court. I was playing basketball, and I had a librarian. The teacher will keep polio out of Liberia. He came. He said he saw the librarian. So he said, "But ain't so be ain't I didn't for that." I said, "Oh, but Charlie, what do you?" How man? You see, I mean, outside basketball court, outside, just in the street. That's why I see all the sports commission. I mean, in that any kind of basketball, in that they play what teams can play with. They're outside. So you play basketball in Liberia and you play to YMCA and sports commission. Imagine you also training basketball team in Sweden. Imagine any comparison there.
I mean, it's not a comparison, man. It's a complete
joke. Thank you. Somebody watched as a country that one of the only country, one of the smallest country. I think got 500,000 people living there. I think she went for the Olympic in Paris this year. I forgot the name of the country, but she won the gold medals. And they were speaking to the sport minister. He said, "We put $200,000 US on this one person just to win the gold, just to make her train, build a facility for this person because they believe in the person's skill, and the person won the gold. And that's just for a person to go just do 3 weeks, just a day event in Paris, and the lady won gold. And you telling me they're giving Ministry of Youth and Sport $300,000 US for sport network for a year? Oh man, I think I agree with Francis. I think we shouldn't talk about it. I will bring another topic, guys.
Yeah, bring something because it doesn't make sense.
Now this one, I think this one, another one too, we need to look at. You see this? This will
implement at a slow pace.
So now they said implementing at a slow pace. There's this group is saying that at least out of the 119 promises made, the president has only committed 3% so far in 8 months. So is this something like we're looking at it as progress or degress? Because if you look at it in the 8 months, at least they implement 3% of the promises the president has made out of 119 promises he made. So implementing at a slow pace. This is what front page news was saying when they report. What's the group name? Namonte. They always give the report on the president performance, country performance, out of promise campaign promise he made. So he has at least made 3% out of 119 promises made. So implementing at a slow pace. Do we agree?
Well, in a situation like this, the group made this assessment and came up with this conclusion should be having something to benchmark with, like make comparison with something. Are they comparing this with the VR administration, or are they just giving this government a credit? Because it doesn't sound well to be so miracle that at least he said you do this, but he not doing it, but at least doing small. And this is where our problem lies. We are very, very mediocrity in Liberia. we are like, this is like, you're supposed to give a man one bag of rent, right? But you take one cup of that bag of rent, give it to him, then you go dancing. To the point where the man will sell his food to you for one t-shirt and $5. Or because you put him in a person came to go vote, you give him one t-shirt, you didn't give him money inside, but at least you put he roll balls for the
I
first time
think
in
that
1
guy
month.
is. I think the guy is critiquing the government. I don't think he's trying. It's a critique.
Yeah, but implementing at a slow pace. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. Let's take it for that. Let's agree that they are critiquing the government, right? That the government's supposed to do it fast, but they're doing it slowly. But I don't think we should even use the word implementing. It should be like, the government is not doing anything. Is operating slowly. But if you use the word implementing,
Implementing the 119 promises on a slow pace. That's what
you
I
see, the word implementing make it more, make it look so we dress it good,
Okay.
from our side. That I see it.
Do we give the person the credit or not? Because this is it. 3% in 8 months out of 119 promises made. At least you have committed 3%. Does that
What
require
is 3% of 119?
promises he made?
Yeah, 3% of 119. You talk about around 2 or 4. So, and he says yes, and some of those promises are not just.
You still got 5 years. We're already going.
Yeah, but,
1 year out of
but
it.
some of those things are not just married touch. We're not just touch. It's not happening. It will take a long time. So, the best thing is for us to critique. And my point here is, let us critique. Okay, we can do it positively, but we should not accept a slow pace and say, oh yeah, at least he's doing something and okay, good. No. I can't do that.
But you just said, Jordan, it sounds to be like it won't just happen a matter touch. It happen, you just you see the tangibles happening. Some will happen like that, but some will take time. Like what we did. We have some picture I'm going to show. We'll be showing
that's
now.
why. That's why when people want to attach time line to it and say, oh no, it says yes. It says yes may seem infinitive, but it's very short. It may seem infinite. Okay, yeah, it says yeah, that long time, but you go look. We'll soon get in October, the 10th month, then we'll get 2 more years. 2 more months. We I call it 2024 gone. We enter, and who knows the hurdles, the setbacks that will be coming. I'm not wishing for those, but things got to happen. So we got to prepare for that. That's why nobody's supposed to make those huge promises when you do not have the hands to do it.
Yeah, okay.
I don't know how first to look at it though, but me,
look, the thing is that it doesn't require a rocket scientist to see through the lenses of governance that the UP government is crawling on its knees at the early stage. We are going about 6 months. I don't even count the months.
8 months. 8 months now.
8 months. Sometimes that viewer gets so frustrated. You don't want to. You just don't. You just look at the years. So you let go because the way things are going, some sympathizers of the regime will say that we should get them 6. It's still early. 8 months is still early. We probably give them a year or 2 to see where they're going. And most of the president's commitments or probably electoral pledges that they made at the time they actually seasonal. It tends to go into action into progress during the dry season, and also hopefully when we enter the dry season, we see a greater pace. Because of a lot of things. The manifesto, the arrest. If you look at the arrest agenda critically, I mean, it actually gets into motion when the dry season is there. Tourism, water, the seawater, and all those kind of things. I mean, the roads and how pliable the roads are. I mean, you get to to see and actually enjoy them during the dry season. So hopefully, I mean, I hope it's not this and not seasonal. Promises that I made. Only enjoy them during the dry season, though. But again, no, 3%, three. I mean, we look forward to see what happens at the end of the year. As I stated, by December, March, hopefully next year we'll see things, picking up at a greater pace than 3%.
Yeah, before I move to the next newspaper line, but Francis, gentlemen, and Linford, you also remember that most of the politicians' promises are just all political statement, gimmick. And at some point, half of these promises now only the president, and I'm been achieved. You go around the world like doing political campaigns. Politicians make a lot of promises, lay bridges where there's no river, and at the end of the day, they will come and give excuses. I mean, it's very very common politicians. So, do you expect all these like 119 promises to be achieved? You think so? You're going to happen? Because I don't think there's a way around it. 8 months we've not been there.
Yeah, but
I mean,
see, this is where sometimes I also do not tend to blame the politicians. I tend to blame the voters. Let me tell you, the politicians do not have power. They are nothing. These people, they are just hustlers. They come to you. That's why if the elephant will never know how heavy he is because he can't wait. He can bear it. The same way the voters do not know how powerful they are. Imagine that Obuakai or Cummings or Weah will go walk in the people water in the rain. It raining, then they come to you. They can't stand out to talk to you. Know that you are powerful. And when they take power, how many of you want to walk in the people water too and go to them to stand and talk? No, their security will stop you. Don't go there. But when they want your help, they want your vote, they will walk in the rain, they will do anything. We saw Mr. Cummings was jogging throughout every morning, sweating, going in the market, visiting people. We saw Ome Bwaka, he can't talk. Certain time they came from somewhere, he couldn't make it. Women father had to bring him to the press conference and say, Mr. President, they waking up there and say, am I supposed to talk? What am I supposed to say? Then he had to go blow his ear and say, oh, you were the president. Can you imagine how important it was for him to come to you people? But now, how many of you able to go to him? So you got weight, you got power. That you vote for these people, and they don't do what they're supposed to do for you. But then the next time they will still come to you, and you be so foolish, and then vote for them again. So it's just hard to say. I don't want to come down hard on the people, on the voters, because one day my son might have ambition and they'll say, oh, that you were talking. But the thing is, yeah, to be frank, the thing is, we got to sharpen our mind.
You have intention to go to Zorinta to run as well, rep?
Oh yeah, I can run for the biggest electoral district in Liberia, district number 1, Pong County.
Okay.
Yeah, my uncle now is a representative, so I can go against him until he leaves.
Okay, guys. Guys, I believe we have had enough time here. Unfortunately, we didn't have our guests. I think we've already gone through the news. The news report. The time is fast spent, and I want you to take us around to be able to call at night. And for just a big reminder, a friendly reminder, all those who join us right now. Maybe if you are following us later on, please, on the 27th of September, we shall be on a Friday. We'll be having Mr. Mark Muller. That's the chairman of the board of EFLA, that's the Liberian Federation, Liberian Association in Europe, head of the Liberian Umbrella Organization in Europe. He's the board directors. We'll be talking about why should the diaspora Liberian have right to vote. Do we want Liberians outside Liberia to vote in the next coming elections in Liberia? They have the right, so they are fighting for that. We're asking why should Liberians outside? We want to look at the economic side of it, the human side of it, why Liberians can do, what are the possibilities? If the government agrees, what are the mechanisms got to put in place? Those are the questions we'll be asking the board chairman on the 27th of Friday of September. So we ask the attorney stay tuned. We want you to be here on the 27th of September, this coming Friday, next Friday. We'll be speaking to Mr. Mark Mola. He's the board director of Federal Library Association in Europe. I think that's the name. But anyway, the good news, the fortunate thing here, we have President here, Mr. Mr. Mensah, we also will be here as well. So he will also be telling us on what the effort they are making around Europe to make sure Liberians get to fighting for the right to have the right to vote in Liberia, during elections in Liberia as almost like a second home, because Liberia is a country of your country of origin. So those are things that become up. So we ask you to stay tuned and be part of the bar line, and always share the show and always subscribe as well. Therefore, it's up to you.
Okay. Thank you, guys. For those of you watching us, you already heard it. We're going to keep this week busy. We'll be here on Tuesday, but on the 27th, which will be next Saturday, next Friday, we'll have Mr. Mike Muller. He's the chairman of the board of directors of EFLA here in Europe. And he's one of those pushing for people like us living outside of Liberia, who are Liberians, to be able to vote, because our voice matter as well. Whatever happens in Liberia, it affects us as well. So we'll be asking him, he'll be telling us why he's fighting for us to vote. So we'll be asking him, and if you come on the show, you can also ask him why you think, or you can also bring your input and argue why you think we should have vote. So it's going to be, I think, compactive. Matt will be here, and Matt is a good talker. So prepare yourselves on Friday. And like I said, we also making arrangement with our top man in the CDC. I will not call his position. I will not call his name. I've talked to him. We agreed tentatively. He told me to keep bothering his phone this whole week. Starting from tomorrow will be the first day of the week. Starting from Monday, he say, "My man, call me every day and remind me. I will come, so we can talk." So if he comes, then it's going to be a big battleground. We'll talk with the CDC people. We'll talk with Mr. Mullah. So probably, we don't know. Maybe the CDC may will say, "No, we are being a ruling party. We don't want people in the diaspora to vote or whatever." But it's going to be compactive. So we hope that you guys will be here. And Francis and Tima, we want to say thank you very much. And also thank you to myself. Thank you to our sister Kura for being here. And for those of you watching us, you did well tonight, even though we were a little bit unfortunate that our guests did not come. We're not disappointed though, because they are government officials. Sometimes you don't predict what will happen. She's having a tough meeting, so we hope the meetings will yield. But we hope to have Madam Cooper back here. She will come. She has to come because we have agreed. She has to come. But we don't know when. Whenever she's ready, we'll let you know, and then we'll bring her. So, guys, I think it was good. She might take us home with that same music, like Liberia's problem. And that's the problem that we're trying to solve here.
No, we won't change it. Let Fazi have a last word. So I will change it around.
Man. Sorry, brother. They Liberian thing that carry me so much.
Yeah, we can't. Everything can be banned in Liberia. We got to wish well for Liberia. I'll bring a different song this time for Liberia. But let Francis have his. Francis, go on, please.
Yes. Look. We had a very frank and cordial discussion this evening, ranging from security and peace in our country in the sub-region, to the post budget, especially for football and basketball. Liberia should be a case study. It should be a dissertation that somebody should write about, and that and the findings, empirical findings that they will use come up with might help shape Liberia, because there have been a lot of prescription provided for Liberia governance and state of affairs. But all in all, it's our country. We wish the best of everything for Liberia, because some of us we have some good years, and our golden years were taken away from us by the Civil War. So that we hope that things may change for the better. When we will soon be going to pension, our pension, then we get the pension, want to move back to Liberia to enjoy our lives there, where we have security You know, we don't need to have 20 iron bars. I mean, tow bars, steel all around the house. So you go for vacation. I mean, I get worried. I went or in Liberia. I'm just giving a quick story. I went to Liberia, you know, and at the place where I was staying, you know, so they have iron gate at the back, iron gate at the front, on the windows all around. I mean, I said, look, I mean, you might go to fire. I mean, like, why is something happening here?
How do you get out?
I mean, the first 2 days you're so fun that you're so worried. I mean, like, you know, gosh, anything happen here, wow, get out. So I just simply told the person, I mean, I can leave. Please leave the iron unlocked on both the front door, please. So I mean, at least can go outside. And, you know, yeah. But again, it was a good discussion. We hope and pray that our country will be better. And I want to thank our viewers out there. Next week we'll be having Mr. Mark Muda, who's the chairman of the board of directors of the European Federation of Liberian Associations, EFLA, which is similar to ULA in the United States of America. Yeah, so yeah, I want to thank our host tonight, Jamel, and Lynn, for you guys did a very good job. Until then, I want to wish you all a good and blessed weekend. Today's Saturday actually. It's time to get out there to get some cool beers, you know. It's like after hard weeks. Yes, you know. So yeah,
right?
Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Is it all work without playing make jack or doorbell?
Two door, man.
At the start
of
the show, we play probably in Liberia. We need to be hopeful in life. So we need to play a song that was done by one of our sisters in Liberia. And I think it's a popular song. We want to be hopeful Liberia. I think we're going to lose all hope. So this time we want to take you home with this one from Kavi Adams. Very popular one for Liberia.
This is Bottom Line Liberia.